I felt given up on. I gave up on myself for a little bit after that appointment. And my heart's still sad by everything. And I'm still going to cry about it, and I'm still going to be upset. And that's one piece of advice that I've told my fellow other MS friends and others that are suffering from anything. Even though I've never lost anyone, and I hope to never, which I know that will happen sometime in life, but I have always learned through some of my awful childhood issues that I endured that it's okay to grieve the sadness of things that were done to us, and it's okay to cry about it, and it's okay to be sad, and and give yourself that opportunity to cry and be angry. And I'm so thankful that even through this frustration, that when I just lay on this bed and cry, and my husband can wrap his arms around me, and he doesn't even need to say anything, because sometimes nothing needs to be said, but just to feel his arms around me and to feel that is amazing, because it's really sad that I've never had that in my life. And I don't mean to put all that pressure on my husband, but just thinking of his arms and thinking of that comfort, and to have that, that's just awesome. And of course I get scared that maybe one day it's too much for him too, and then the abandonment's there. But yes, can't focus on these things because we don't want to make that a reality. And of course, my son loves me very much. It's just, I put so much pressure on myself as well that I already feel like a poor parent. But I am still functioning. I can still make my family food. I can still get around. I can still do things. It's not like I'm not able-bodied. I just can't drive right now because it's not a good choice. If I was by myself, I probably think I could, because I do have some sensation, but it'd have to be short trips. But I want to wait, get to a better place, and see what we do. But that being said, woke up this morning, and I do feel like I'm going to try to pull myself out of this. I'm going to try to focus. I'm going to try to put myself back in a better place, and try to get in a better direction. Guess what? I have some limitations. Can't walk as much, may need to ride a scooter in the grocery store sometimes. Gonna have to be dropped off to places, and it may or may not get better, but I would like to believe that I'll get back in a remissive state. I still feel that what we eat and how we feed ourselves and our body is very important. I was also basically at the appointment discouraged by this and the ideas that were placed on that. So I have some mixed feelings, but I got to do what I feel is going to help me. And I'm going to try to get my focus back. My heart still hurts. I'm still sad. I'm still scared. I don't like being in this position, but it is what it is, and I can either just stop and sleep and just let the disease take over and just give up, or I could keep fighting. And I fought all my life. I should just be used to this. I mean, I'm used to the indecencies of this world continuing to punch me in the face and say, hey, get through this one now. It's just so I'm in a better mental place now than I was a few days ago. I needed to get the energy back. There's some things I need to accept. What are some of the limitations? It just, I could park far away and then walk all the ways, and it was great. I mean, I was doing great. I didn't feel, and then now it's just, having to consider getting in one of those carts and just all those things. But it just, it may not always be this way. And I'm going to do what I can and try to get focused. And I'm so thankful to all the friends and family with your negative and positive, because even the negative is what helps me to focus sometimes, and it also lets me find out who doesn't understand and who can't really be there. Sometimes things like this helps you figure out who's there to understand and who's not. And I've never really put out a forum or discussed these issues in the way that I have, because I'm making myself vulnerable. I'm putting stuff out there that could be used against me in the future. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I am doing this more so because I started this with the stem cell journey and people helping raise money, and I want you to know that was the best thing. And although my heart is sad for the debt I put my family in, and that now I would like to have it again, I've been introduced to a more safe way of helping my body. And I think there's going to be great things out in this world for MS. And this is what we need to focus on. And so my friends and my family, I love you so much. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for stopping by my house, even though, I didn't have a bra or anything on and I just don't want to do anything, or for coming up and picking my son and I up to get out of the house. Just everything, because this makes you want to not exist anymore. It's for any woman or man that is independent and wants to do their thing. When you shove them on the ground and you say you can't get up, and you're gonna still try to get up, but it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not used to being unable, but even with our issues that keep us from doing things, I can still do some stuff, and I need to focus on that and improving that. So I'm gonna get to a better place. But if I talk to some of you guys and I'm still crying, I'm sorry for that. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm 33. I want to be old with my husband. I love his face. I want to see my son grow up and not feel like he needs to accommodate mom because of issues. Like I want to just have a normal adult life with the normal drama that comes with family, but I don't want to be the drama. I don't want to be the disgust. And these are issues I have to work with myself, I know. But I'm going to try to encourage myself. I say try because I'm still mentally and emotionally exhausted from the sadness and the lack of certain abilities. So acceptance doesn't happen overnight, but I don't want it to be a permanent acceptance. I want it to just be an acceptance for the now. And that moving forward, hopefully I get into a remissive state again, which I have been before, and we'll move forward. And this encourages me actually to get more involved in maybe different organizations for stem cell therapy, because I think this is the best treatment for people like me that are sensitive to medication. The Acthar is actually derived from dead animal organs. So, I mean, this is also kind of a natural type medication in some ways. It's not full of, it does have its own level of issues, of course, like most drugs, but that's telling you something. Like, I believe it's taken from the thyroid of pigs or cows, and I'm sorry because my mind has just been around so much, but it tells you something for what our body needs and the hormones, and we synthesize and farm in a negative way, because some farming is done, but then there's the engineered farming of foods and stuff. And I don't know if this is always the best for our body. And again, I'm not putting down. If something is working for you, fantastic. Please don't stop on account of watching my video and my issues. I want to do something different, and I don't want to make myself sick in hopes that something is not going to progress and then be sick in the meantime. And this is a very long video, but I am sorry. And I just wanted to give you some perspective and just express what had happened. So some of you may or may not watch the whole video. I totally understand, but at least I put this out there, and you can see where I'm coming from. So again, thank you for the people that are rooting me on and for wanting me to not give up, because that is very encouraging. And I love you, Stephen, and thank you for being a husband that sacrifices a lot of yourself to be a great husband and dad, even when your wife is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs half the time. I love your face so much, and I still want to work hard to grow old and just have normal issues and be crazy old people together. So that's my story, and hopefully in a month or now, if I do another video, I will have more promising, positive things to share. Okay, I love you guys. Feel free to email me, Facebook me if you're someone who wants someone to talk to, or write on comment on my blog. All right, take care. Bye.